Hey gang, and welcome back to the StudPack Custom House Build. Today is the day we've all been waiting for. Today is wood delivery day. We want to give a massive shout out to the team over at Builders First Source. They gave us an amazing deal on the wood framing package for the StudPack Dream House. An incredible bunch of people to work with. And it wouldn't have been possible without the help of Matt Reisinger. A lot of work going on behind the scenes. Collab with that guy coming soon. All right, there is all our wood. 4 picks off the truck. Brian, man, you did an awesome job.
Thanks.
You had to deal with this mud here like everybody is, right? But some excellent moves on the hydraulics, trying to get unstuck.
We did what we could.
How long you been using that forklift?
This one, to be exact, I've been using it for like 2 months.
Yeah.
But forklifts I've been using maybe for like 1.5 to 2 years.
Yeah. So the guys at the shop said, you're gonna come with a framing hammer and you're actually supposed to help us frame.
I'll come help your friend.
All right, man, we appreciate it so much.
Yes, sir.
You got 2 more deliveries today or what?
I got maybe 1 more.
All right, man.
Maybe 1 more. Maybe 2, maybe 1.
Stay cool, and we'll see you on the next delivery of lumber for the StudPack house.
Yes, sir. I'll
All
take
right,
care.
Y'all be safe. All right, the StudPack team is so excited to finally see wood here. Can't tell you how excited we are to start building walls. So let me just kind of break it down for you. Each pick or each load he brought in here, this was really the heaviest one, so we put that closest to the building. It's all the 2x12s to frame the second floor for the floor joist. Right here, all our studs, 2x6 and 2x4 for the walls. Remember, on the outside, we got 2x6s because the second floor, you know, we got all that weight, got to handle that. Got our 4 posts for the back porch, our plates for the bottom of the post, our sill sealer, and a bunch of other hardware down here. On this pick right here, really long 2x6s and 2x12s. Just think top plates, rim joists, things like that. You need a bunch of that material. Right here behind Jordan, right on top, a couple of beams. This little guy right here, that's the one for the 10-foot wide garage door in the back. But check out the one under that. Jordan, that thing's got to be 24 feet long,
It's
huh?
massive.
Yep, and I call that a PSL. I think it's parallel stranded lumber. And look at this, guys. It must be 6 inches, or that's 5.5 by 12 inches. Because remember, we got that big garage door plus the weight of the structure above it and the roof. So we need a massive beam for that. There we go right there. That's gonna be fun putting in place. Of course, all our treated lumber for our sill plates. And then underneath, more 2x12s. And real quick, gang, we want to let you know that today's video is sponsored by AG1. AG1 supports the brain, the gut, and the immune system. And now that we're in the framing stages of the StudPack Dream House, we get to the job site early to beat the heat. So it's a super simple habit to mix this up in the morning, takes 10 seconds, drink it on the way to the job site, and then you're set all day, nourished and ready to go. And just like the StudPack house was engineered to the highest standards, so is AG1. Full of the highest quality nutrients you can find to keep your body nourished all day long. So go to drinkag1.com/StudPack to get started on your order. And AG1 is going to give StudPack viewers a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, plus 5 free travel packs on your very first order. So thanks so much to AG1 for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to framing. All right, Jordan, I know you want to pull out the pneumatic guns, the saws, everything else, and start building walls like right now, but there are a few things I would love to do first. Let me show you. All right, the first thing I want to do is check all the anchor bolts to make sure they're plumb, they're straight up and down. We could take our sill plate and drill a 1-inch hole, drop it on there, but code won't allow that. 1/2-inch bolt, code wants a hole 1/16 of a diameter larger than the bolt. So for us, that means a 9/16 hole. If these are bent, we're going to fight that wall the whole time trying to get it down. So
and we don't want to do that because they're 2x6 and they're heavy, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so we want to stand that wall up and have it drop right down on there. So see how much that one's off? Just have a little 1/2-inch pipe clamp, 1/2-inch pipe. We'll slide it on and I'll push it towards the backyard. Check it again.
I think that's good.
I can live with that.
Yep.
Let's check it this way. Good to go. Cool. Pretty easy. Now remember when we poured the slab, we talked about that little bracket. They hold the bolts plumb. Maybe we can do that on the house, but this is an easy way to do it because they wet set these bolts. They just drop them in the wet concrete. Why don't we put rad on that, straightening all the bolts? And I think I want to set up the laser and just check the slab, make sure it's perfectly flat. I know it is, but I'd feel a lot better if I double checked it today. Remember back in the video where we poured the slab? Well, those guys had the same laser that we do, and they checked the form, but I just want to make sure nobody stepped on it, anything like that, because any mistake we catch now, we can correct in the framing. I've already done all that. It's pretty good. Perfect. Right on the money in the back corner. Oh, you're in the way, bud.
Sorry.
Perfect. All right, let's put this guy away, and then we're ready to pop some lines. Let's pull out the blueprints, pop our lines, and I think we're finally ready to start building some walls.
I thought you were about to say let's pop out the broom, because after that crazy storm we had the other night, we need to broom this thing.
It would be nice to clean it off.
All right.
I'll grab the broom. You guys get the tools. Why am I scraping? There's been two young guys over there. I'm the one scraping.
You talking about us?
Happens every time.
Nice job, Paul.
I'm just saying how excited I was.
Go ahead when you're ready. Money.
Pop, you got yours?
Yep.
Cool. All right, bud, you got a garage.
Doesn't look like it.
All right, let's lay out this door right here and build this wall first. Come on over here, bud. I can't read these plans. I need your good eyes.
Yeah, so we got
say right there.
4 feet 4 inches to the middle of this garage door right here.
All right, so we got one entrance door, and then how big is that door?
Number 12, 20. That's really small for that.
A 2-0 door.
That's what it says. 12, 12, 20.
Oh, that's the window schedule, dude.
12. Oh, it's a 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
what you. Yeah.
And what were we? 4-4?
Yeah.
To the middle of it? All right. All right, there's our rough opening.
Cool.
And then see how I put these 12 inches from the edge?
Right.
Like the plans called for.
Okay.
And there's nothing in our way. So let's get the square, put these out, and then you know what we get to do? Start stacking lumber on the slab and nailing it together. Let's go.
I can't believe that. This day doesn't feel real. Like contractors who do this every day, they're like, oh, wood's there, yay. You know, like, oh, that's cool, let's put it up. But like, this feels like a dream for me. This is crazy.
Might have to move this beam, get some of these boards out here. Yeah, Rad, can you move that beam for us?
Yeah, Rad, move that beam.
Within 12 inches of the end of a board. There's no way to lay that out ahead of time.
Oh, so you're thinking
So
about...
we can just use a wedge anchor to satisfy the code. All right, so that'll catch the end of the next one, and we'll just put a wedge anchor on the end of there.
Okay, we don't have any?
We don't need it for right now. First cut, here we go.
Yeah.
Only 1 million left.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
All right, we've got our first sill plate laid out right here. Now I'm just gonna use the slab to tell me what my next one is, right? 10 1/4. Let's go cut it. All right, we're laying out these anchor bolts in a way that I normally don't do it, but just for speed, so we can get one wall up before the weekend, this is how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna make a jig later, but this is how I'm doing it now. Just a line on each side of the bolt, from the edge of the bolt to the edge of my 2x6, which is on my line. I got 2 1/4. It's a 1/2 inch bolt. I'm 2 1/2 in. X marks the spot right there. 3 more, and we'll cut our top plates. All right, let's drill some anchor bolt holes, guys. Whew.
I got great news. It stays dark till like 8:30, 9 p.m. so we can work all night and get these walls up.
Oh, good.
Is that awesome?
I'm fired up. All right, guys, it is Saturday morning and we are ready to start some framing. Now, yesterday evening, Friday night, we actually laid out all our studs and our framing on our sill plate, the pressure treated one, and our 2x6 top plate. And then I went home, started thinking about things, came back this morning and made some changes. Let me show you what I did. We're gonna start with the end closest to Jordan. 16-inch layout on the studs. That's what these guys are in pencil. Now I've got one on the end of the wall, obviously, but I also put one right here, and that is for blocking for the drywall that comes later. That's right, during the framing stage, we're already thinking about finishing, trim, drywall, cabinets, all that, stair rails. Got to think about it now so you're not fighting it later. But what happens if I put a stud there, and then on this wall, of course, there'll be one on the end. This little square right here is a void. Since our garage is going to be conditioned just with a little split unit to take off kind of the Texas heat, it'll be 80 in there instead of 120, we wouldn't be able to insulate this spot. So we're simply going to take this stud and rotate it that way. Now I have a spot for my drywall here, and the insulators, whether it's us or somebody else, can get in behind here and insulate that corner. Pretty cool. So the next thing you'll notice is all the chicken scratch right here at our door. We'll have a 3-foot door here going straight across into the door of the house. And I wrote on here my rough opening, 39 by 82.5. Now we're having a 36-inch wide door. Typically the rough opening's 2 inches wider, so that put us at 38, but I added an inch because in all the years I've been doing repairs on houses, things like that, the most damage I see on an exterior door is the untreated 2x right behind the door. Yeah, this is treated, but this is not. If you have any defect in your ceiling or your flashing, your framing around the door, this guy's gonna rot. So we're gonna take our zip sheathing by Huber, which has a waterproof membrane on the back, and we're gonna wrap it around inside all of our door and window openings, including the garage door, because that one's brutal too. That one rots all the time because there's really no protection over a garage door. So I simply moved these over 1/2 inch. That was our layout, the black mark. I changed colors, I changed markers as a visual to us that there was a change. That's our new layout. And one more thing before we go down there. I want to talk about this change right here. We laid this out on 16-inch centers, and when I do it, I start from the left of a wall when I'm facing the outside of the wall, and I work to my right. So it's 16 all the way down. So this was our layout. So we've got a jack, we've got a king, a stud, the blocking, and another stud. 6 studs in a wall that's less than 3 feet wide. So we're gonna save one of those studs. We're just gonna move this guy to the middle. So we're simply gonna move that one stud, and it's gonna save us a stud. We could have left it here, but then we would have a big span between this stud and the one on the corner. We didn't want that, so we're just gonna move it right to the middle.
It'll be all right.
It'll be perfect. All right, the other thing we're looking at, right, is anchor bolt locations. When we set them, we mark the foundation for the concrete guys. Code wants them within a foot of the end. So if this one's within a foot of the end right here, because we'll have a doorway, and of course it's back enough to account for our framing. This one's a foot from the corner, and so is this one. I'll just keep walking down here, Jordan. You'll notice right here on our bottom plate, we have a splice. That stud will be over the splice. Now we also need an anchor bolt within 12 inches of the end of this one. So we'll just have to put a wedge anchor or something else right there. And just like the sill plate on the top plates, they're gonna butt over a stud. And then working down to the end here, I think it's all the same as the other end. So you know what, Jordan? We got the compressor out. We got a brand new case, 4,000 nails.
And the world's shortest hose for framing a house.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So that's my bad. A friend of mine actually has my other compressor and my longer hose. I was supposed to meet him last night in Houston.
Long story short, we don't have a hose.
Exactly, but you know what? We'll be fine. We can make do today. All right, man, I'm tooled up. I think we're ready to go. Let's spread these apart, grab some studs, start nailing these together.
All right. Oh, this is so twisted. That's better.
All right, first nail of the StudPack Dream House. Here we go. Are you ready, guys?
Let's go.
You ready?
Oh, what the heck is that?
I must not have turned the compressor on. Do over. All right, for real this time. Yeah.
Nice.
Even a double shot. I'm out of practice. All right, guys, it's time to frame out the rough opening for our doorway going out of the garage into the main house. 36-inch wide doorway. The rough opening is going to be 38. The width plus 2, right? But remember, we added another inch for our sheathing going inside, so we're at 39. So the width of our header has to be 39 plus 3 because it's sitting on top of our 2 jacks, which are each 1.5 inches. The lumberyard sent us this 24-foot beam for the garage. It's plenty long enough, so I'm going to chop off that small header for above the door off the end of this beam and use it up. That way I don't have to build a header. I already cut the bottom. We're going to make a cut through the top. I don't think my blade's going to make it. We may have to finish it with the recip. All right, guys, here's our header. It is 5 1/4 inches thick. Our studs are 5 1/2. So as you can see, we have a little lip. We don't want to fight that during the interior drywall or the exterior sheathing. So we're going to flush it out with the exterior of the stud, and then we'll pat it out on the inside when we drywall. Just going to lift it up over here with this little cat's paw, and then Jordan and Rad can drive some nails in it.
Okay.
Yep. All right, got our massive header in place. I think that'll hold up your house, huh, Jordan?
Probably.
Got the 2 cripples above it. Now I'm gonna build some kickers that's gonna help us pick up this wall, not hurt our back so much. I'm gonna show you what that's all about. But while I'm building the kickers, Jordan and Rad are gonna start on the Lexel and the sill sealer underneath our bottom plates. You ready, guys?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, gang, so this is our sill sealer. It's made of foam and it's a capillary break. What that means is that it's not allowing moisture from the concrete to wick up into our pressure treated lumber. But it's not bug proof. If you zoom in on this with a microscope, you can see all those little tiny air pockets inside of it because it's foam, of course. So what we're doing is we're using Lexel. We actually partnered with Sashco for this build, so we're super excited to be partnered with Sashco. They're gonna be sending us all of our Lexel and other Sashco products, so huge shout out to them. But what we're doing is we're putting a huge bead right there towards that side, towards the outside of the building. That way, it becomes bug-proof, waterproof, and it's not gonna allow bugs in. But we're not stopping there, are we, Rad?
No, we
Then we're
aren't.
gonna put this foam on top of our bolts, on top of the Lexel, and then we are going to be putting another bead of Lexel on the top. That's gonna sandwich that. It's gonna be great. Some could call that overkill, but the way that I look at it for this house is, I mean, we're only ever gonna get one opportunity to do it this way. We do not want bugs. We're never gonna get the opportunity to seal this ever again. So we might as well do it now and do it overkill the first time, so we never have to do it again. I mean, how many cockroaches do you have to kill to be like over killing cockroaches? I kill bugs in this house every single day and every single night.
Yeah, you won't have a single one in this house.
And on my, I've got the bug assault with the salt blast.
Yep.
That's fun, but
Does it work on a roach?
they're
They
prehistoric.
kind of have
dude.
armor plating
They're
on the back.
prehistoric.
Yeah.
They're prehistoric. If they can survive an asteroid, they can survive some salt. Tahine, though.
Tahine, there you go.
Guys, we are ready to lift this thing up.
All right, guys, I made some 36-inch long kickers. 3 of them, because there's 3 of us lifting. Just bolted them right here with a structural screw so they're loose. So as you can see, when we pick up that wall, they're gonna drop and act as a kickstand, and we can let go and then get under the wall and finish it.
Cool.
First wall, man.
First
Here we go.
wall. Wow. This is crazy. 1, 2, 3. All right, kickstands are up.
Kickstands are up. Ready to go?
Kickstands are up. Main engine breaking into atmosphere.
Second stage, here we go.
Can you see your bolt in the hole?
I
can.
I cannot actually. But mine are low. We're gonna send it, dude. Are you ready?
It's a little, it needs to go a little this way.
We can adjust it. All right.
One.
On 3, 2, 3. Oh! Oh my God.
All right, y'all got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
Sledge.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad at all.
Okay, that wall just went from being kind of big to massive. Brad, watch out for your hands. When it slides down, you don't want it to like,
Yeah.
you know.
Now we can see all the misfits in the middle.
I see what you're doing. Oh! Let's go!
Going on?
Yep, I'm on.
Just wanting to push that way, yep.
Nice. Oh my God. This garage is gonna be huge.
Yeah. All right, the first wall is up and we got it braced to the house, and I don't have it perfectly plumb. I got it tipped out just a little bit. So when we raise this wall up, we don't crash into this one. We'll plumb it all up later. Now let's talk real quick about the fasteners we used in the nail gun. Galvanized nails, hot dip galvanized nails, 0.131 diameter, 3¼ inches long. Your nail size is critical. Make sure you use the right nail. Don't get one that's too small. Take the time, find the right nail. So now that that wall is done, we just want to get our Adirondack chairs and sit over here and look at that wall.
It's pretty big.
It's awesome. I can't wait to see how big this whole structure is going to be. But we want to get this wall going, our plumbing wall. There's no windows in it, no doors. It's going to be really quick to frame up. But we do have some greenery in our way. Let's trim that out of the way first, and I'm going to get the framing started.
Well, that was close.
All right, we're laying out our sill plates on wall number 2, but we have our drain for the bathroom upstairs, and over there, the drain for the kitchen upstairs. And I'm just simply going to cut a U out of here. We thought about cutting a circle, but then we'd have to pick up that heavy wall and lift it over the pipe. Didn't want to do that. We could cut the pipe, but it's still full of water. We didn't want to mess over here, so we're going to leave it alone, let the plumber handle it. So we're simply going to put a notch. We're going to tip it up, and that notch will fall just like that around the pipe. Then we're tossing around a few ideas about how to fill that up, because this always seems to be the point where like bugs and critters get in the wall, but we'll figure something out. If you have any ideas, put them below in the comments. You want me to get the compass and draw a little nice circle for you?
Compass?
Yeah,
No,
like,
I think,
like
you
you
know
used
what?
in geometry, remember in high school? You remember that class?
I was asleep, dude. I was dreaming of making this cut right here.
Time for some new jigsaw blades, huh?
Oh yeah. That'll do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we flipped it around. So we need a bolt within 12 inches of the end. So we'll just put a bolt here and a bolt here and be good. Yeah, be perfect.
Like a wedge anchor?
Yeah, awesome.
We'll probably need like 4 or 5. One, two, three. That's fine. We can make it work. All right, cool. Are the kickers in or are we sending them?
All right, gang, sorry for the camera trouble tipping up that wall. Turns out you can't leave a camera in the direct sun when it's 110 degrees outside because it overheats. Kind of like we were doing, so we went inside and cooled off. That's what our equipment needs to do. But don't worry about it. We got plenty of more walls to stand up, including this one for the back of the garage, which we designed based on a lot of your comments. A lot of you said, make it a drive-through garage to the backyard, and that's exactly what we told the architect to do. We have a 10-foot wide door going 8 foot tall because we have 10-foot ceilings. We already have all our studs, our pre-cut studs laid out. We got our 4 jacks laid out. We need 2 jacks on each side to hold up our beam. What's the width of a beam for a 10-foot wide opening? Well, remember we're gonna wrap that zip sheathing on the inside. So we got 10-foot rough plus a 1/2 inch on each side for the sheathing. So now we're at 10'1", plus we got 3 inches of jack studs on each side, 10'7". Now I can prove my math just by coming down here to our layout. If I put 10'7" right here on the inside of my king stud, right there, Jordan ought to be able to go down there, and I'm at the other side of our king stud.
Where's the 10-7?
Right here. Right
Sorry,
here.
right there?
Yeah.
All right.
Jordan ought to be at my mark on the other side. You
Yeah,
good?
perfect.
You good, bud?
Yeah.
All right, now that we've proved 10'7", let's over there to our cutting station and cut that beam. All right, we figured figure it's going to be a lot easier for us to assemble the 2 jacks and the king together on the ground. I can just stack them like this and nail them together straight down. Be a lot easier than doing it sideways. Then we take the whole assembly, attach it to our plates.
Sure.
All right, we got our jack on top of the king. Now remember, we're using 3 1/4 inch nails, but that's only 3 inches. If I go straight down, it's gonna come out a little bit. I really don't want that. I'm just gonna take advantage of the angle built into the tool, like that.
Nice.
That's keeping me flush on the other side. All right, guys, we're almost ready for our beam. Got it cut to length. Now the beam is only 3 1/2 inches thick right here. Remember, we got 2 by 6 walls. So when we bring it over there, we want it to be flush with the top of our wall, not the bottom, which represents the inside of the house. So we simply put these blocks on here with 1 structural screw, and the beam's actually gonna hang in place on our framing. We'll nail it from the sides, remove our blocks. Now before we haul it over there, one more thing. On a glue lamb like this, the glue lamb, you can actually see just pieces of board, right? Like 2 by 4s glued together. They're engineered with this side up. So on the other side, we'll show you later, there's a black arrow pointing this way. We just duplicated it here so we don't get confused when we carry it over there because we're so hot and brain fogged. So I think we're ready, right? We can bring it over there?
That's right.
All right, Rad, let's go. You put yours in first. Yep. Boom. I love it when a plan comes together. Now you'll notice we put these in, but now I can't get the framing gut in there. But check this out. I'll use my laser vision, cut the nails. Now we got all kind of room.
You just did that right now?
Yeah, man, I got laser vision now.
Who's your guy?
It's an app on my phone. Ready now? Ready now? All right, boys, let's hoist that beam. And Jordan, make sure you put your phone in the shade next time, dude.
All right.
I do that all the time. What have I taught you all these years?
Ready?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, hold it. Hold it.
That's a little heavier.
Go. Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. What am I hitting? Oh, I'm hitting that bolt. Oh no.
You hit that nail
Totally
right there.
bent the bolt right there. It's gonna be impossible to get in. Okay. Yeah. Ready? All right, that's good enough.
Nice.
Little bendy back.
That'll work. Cool. All right.
Pick it back up on top.
All right, bear hug. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Okay.
We're on.
You're on?
Yep. Yeah, now it's going. There we go.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Whoa.
All right. No? Hold on. Let me see.
Nope, that's not cool. You got it?
Well, we bent it.
Yeah, they're all bent.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Just
We can
this-
move this free of that though.
Yeah, just this one's bent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're trying to go that way?
Towards the street.
You ready, Red?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. Nice.
Cool. Oh, gnarly. Yeah, that's bent.
Nah, that's not bad.
Yeah, well, it's probably because I didn't have any leverage in the middle, so I wasn't helping like as much as I.
How's that look?
That looks pretty good, Red. Nailed that. I think we're gonna be able to bear hug it and
Looks good.
drop
Three
it
of
down.
us. Yep.
Let's
All right,
do
boys.
it.
Little bear hug action.
There, hook.
1, 2. 2, 3.
Not quite on it.
Come on.
Hardest part. Ready?
Nice, guys. You on? Yeah.
Cool, that wall is done. 3 walls in a day for 3 beginners. That's not too bad. Nice
Yeah,
job,
you're not a
bud.
beginner. Give yourself more credit.
Now these walls, we put a structural screw right here just to tie them together so it's really solid. But on the front, we want to put some braces. We actually already have a brace here. And on the bottom, we just used the stakes that were left over from the formwork that we couldn't get out. It worked out great. And don't worry, we are going to pull those out once we get an excavator over here when we do the utility work. We know it's termite food, so don't worry about that. We don't want any termites. So let me switch bits here. The bottom looks good, huh? We're going to plumb all these later. I just want to get them braced. In case we have one of those gnarly Texas storms in the middle of the night, they don't fall over. Let's pick up our tools. Turn the compressor off so it doesn't wake up your neighbors in the middle of the night. Been there, done that. Put the tarp over everything and get out of here. And with that, gang, framing is officially underway at the StudPack Dream House. I can't tell you how excited Jordan, Rad, and I are to see 3 walls up at the end of today. I was thinking maybe 2 this morning, but we got 3 up, including the one in the back. And we super appreciate every one of you for hanging in with us during the last 6 months while we were dealing with this foundation. But to us, the beginning of the framing is the beginning of constant, epic videos on the StudPack Dream House. For instance, tomorrow we're going to build this wall with a massive 18-foot plus long beam right here over the double garage door. I'm not even sure the 3 of us can lift it, especially after we struggled lifting that back wall. Once we get that done, we're going to have a 2x4 wall all across here, and that's going to be where our stairways go, right here up to the 2nd floor. And speaking of the 2nd floor, we need to support it with a steel I-beam that the engineer spec'd out. Starts about right here and goes all the way across. So between that wall, the stairs, and that beam, we got a challenge ahead of us before we hit that 2nd floor framing. So if you guys enjoyed our first ever framing video on this channel, make sure you get out your framing hammer and smash that like button. Please drop a comment, ask us a question, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you right here on our next video at the StudPack Dream House.